The Spokane nonprofit called Jules Helping Hands is being accused of using federal ARPA funds for a personal trip to Las Vegas.
A Spokane blogger and former business owner says this raises concerns about how the city funds are being spent. KREM 2's Nathan Hyun spoke with the blogger and the director of Jules Helping Hands, pressing them both for answers.
Jules Helping Hands claims they took a team building trip to Vegas before receiving ARPA funds. The trip was between August 18th and the 21st. Those federal dollars were approved by the Spokane City Council in July, but Jules didn't have access to those funds until a month later. Robin Ball is raising questions. She runs a blog about local issues in Spokane and is a former owner of sharpshooting in Spokane.
The community has the right to know where the money is being spent.
She wants to know how the nonprofit afforded a trip to Vegas less than a month after receiving ARPA funds from the city of Spokane.
The $12,500 at the end of July and then the trip in August, the timing of that calls into question what money are they using.
Ball is concerned the group's team building trip was intended for a social purpose instead of a professional one. When asked if she had proof that the organization used ARPA funds,
I don't have that. That's why I'd like them to show us. I mean, they're the ones, I'm not the one getting the ARPA money. I'd like to know how that's being spent.
So I asked Julie Garcia, the executive director for Jules Helping Hands, how the trip was funded. Spokane City Council approved ARPA funding for Jules Helping Hands on July 30th. Jules Helping Hands didn't receive those funds until August 30th, which is 9 days after they returned from their Vegas trip.
It just so happened that we got a grant somewhere in between there that we didn't actually even have during the time.
She provided KREM 2 with a screenshot that she claims shows a deposit received after their trip.
They were not posted on our Jules Helping Hands account because this wasn't a Jules Helping Hands funded trip.
We can also confirm that Garcia and her team took the trip to Vegas before August 30th from these Facebook posts. They all date back to August 19th. Julie, you're saying your organization didn't use federal funding for its recent team building trip to Las Vegas. If that's the case, where did the funding come from?
I paid for that trip. Where I spend my money and my personal finances have absolutely nothing to do with the city of Spokane.
Garcia says $1,368 was taken from Jules' administrative budget to pay for one staff member to join the trip. I asked Julie Garcia if she could provide additional proof beyond just Facebook photos that her trip was purchased before ARPA funds came in, but she declined, saying her personal expenses are not public information. In the studio, Nathan Hyun, KREM 2 News.